I would like to present on a topic that is finding hope when life gets dark. So, I want to start with something honest. Life can feel incredibly dark sometimes. Not just stressful, but heavy, confusing, lonely. The kind of dark where you feel lost, tired, maybe even questioning your purpose in life. And if you ever felt that way, you're not alone. In fact, the Bible is full of people who felt exactly like that. David cried out in his despair. Elijah asked God to take his life. Job lost everything that he had in his life. Even Jesus experienced deep anguish. So tonight, I'm not talking about the fake positivity that we call as hope. I'm talking about the real hope, the kind that God offers us right in the middle of our dark times. So, firstly, darkness is not the end of our story. The Bible never hides the reality of dark seasons. In Psalms 23, verse 4, it says, "Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me." Notice how it says walk through and not stuck in. Nothing like lasts forever. Darkness is not our destination, it's the path that we take in our life. And God doesn't promise us that He'll avoid all the valleys, that is, the darknesses. He promises that He will walk and be with us through them. Second, hope is not a feeling, it's trusting in God. When life gets hard, feelings disappear. But in the Bible, hope is not based on feelings, it's based on the faith that we have on God. Hebrews 11, verse 1 says, "Now faith is confidence in what we hope for an assurance about what we do not see." Hope means trusting in God even when you do not see the outcome yet. Romans 15, verse 13 says, "May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in Him." So, hope isn't something that you make, it's something that flows to you by trusting in God, even in the times that feel uncertain. Third, God gives light for the next step and not for the whole path. We often want God to show us His entire plan that He has for us, but He usually doesn't. Instead, He gives us just enough for the next step. In Psalms 119, it says, "Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path," a lamp and not a floodlight. Just enough to see the next step and keep us moving. If you're in a dark season, you don't need all the answers that you need. You just need the one step at a time, and all you have to do is follow God. Fourth, God is close to you in your pain. What are the biggest lies or myths that we have heard is God is far away from us in our dark moments. But in the Bible just says the opposite of it. In Psalm 34 verse 18 it says, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit." He is not distant, not absent, but he is close. Sometimes God feels closest not in our strongest of moments, but in our most broken ones. Your pain has a purpose. This is hard and can be kind of difficult, but it's very important for us. God doesn't waste our pain. In Romans chapter 8, it says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him. Not some things, but all the things, even the painful ones." In James chapter 1 verses 2 and 4, it reminds us that trials produce perseverance and maturity. That means our struggles are not meaningless. God is shaping something within us even at this moment. Sixth, you are never alone. Even when you feel isolated, God promises His presence. In Deuteronomy chapter 31, it says, "Be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you." Never. Not in your worst day, not in your lowest moment. And sometimes God also brings people into our lives to remind us of that truth. Seventh, strength comes when you feel the weakest. We often think we need to be strong on our own, but God says something different. In 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 9, he says, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is perfect and in weakness." Your weakness is not a problem for God. It's a place where his strength shows up. So if you feel weak right now, you're actually in a position to experience God's power more deeply. Eighth, waiting doesn't mean God is silent. One of the hardest parts of dark seasons is waiting. Waiting for answers, waiting for a change, and waiting for relief. But waiting is not wasted. Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31 says, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles." Hope grows in waiting. Strength grows in waiting. God is working even when you don't see it yet. Ninth, God's plans are still good. When life feels like it's falling apart, it's easy to believe your future is ruined. But God says otherwise. Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. "For I know the plans I have for you, plans for your welfare and not for your harm, plans to give you hope and a future." Even when your situation doesn't make sense, God's plan hasn't changed. Your story is still being written. 10th, darkness will not last forever. Here's a promise that you can hold on to forever. In Psalms 30, weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning. Night doesn't last forever. Morning is going to come. It might not be immediate, it might not look the way you expect it to be, but God brings the light back into dark places. As a conclusion, if you're in a dark place right now, hold on to this point. God sees you, God is with you, and God is working through you, even now. In Romans chapter 8, verse 38 to 39, it reminds us that nothing can separate us from the love of God. Not your pain, not your doubts, not your situation. So even if your hope feels small, even if it's just a tiny spark, that's more than enough. Because your hope is not based on your strength, it's based on God's faithfulness. And He never fails. So keep going, keep trusting, keep holding on. Because the same God who walks with you in the valley is the one who will lead you out of it. Thank you.